and I think I should clear this up now. I'm not trying to say you can't be upset about this. You can be upset about this. I'm just trying to offer an alternative perspective because I've not really seen too many people talk about this alternative perspective. And also I've just been seeing people saying that like the Kalos starter thing is enough to make them not buy the game. The fact that it's like locked behind ranked. And I don't know, I'm just like, I don't know, man. That just seems extreme too. And listen, if you want to, by all means, I don't care. I have no stake in this. I don't care if you don't buy the game. It does not matter to me. All right, I'm gonna put myself on the chopping block for the internet. So I'm like the only person I've seen that's like had this like, I don't know if it's, I don't know, it's like a neutral. I don't know if it's neutral. Basically, to get the Kalos Mega Starters, you have to play ranked in Pokemon Legends EA. We don't know what the requirements are besides promote up the ranks. So there's like 3 different ways to get rewards. I think after every battle, you get a reward. I guess once you get enough experience to level up and promote up the rank, you get a reward. And at the end of the season, which I think is like a month long or something, I don't actually know. At the end of the season, you get a reward. So it's like the 3 ways to get a reward from ranked. Promoting up is how you get the Mega Stones for those starters, but they're like time gating it. So I think like for the first season or whatever, I think it's season 0, I don't know. For the first ranked thing, you get like Mega Greninja, then Mega Delphox, then Mega Chestnut. Like, but you know, so it's impossible to have Mega Chestnut like off rip. You gotta wait until he's available in rewards for ranked. And my argument to why this is like fine is because, well, first of all, I just want to say the starter Pokemon for Legends EA are Chikorita, Tepig, and Totodile. Assuming they get Mega Evolutions, I don't know, do you want to use 2 starter Megas? Maybe, but whatever, you already have your starter Pokemon. That will probably get a Mega. If it didn't, then that's pretty underwhelming. I can't lie. Or maybe, yeah, it's a game all about Mega Evolution. I don't imagine they would do a regional form. I think they're getting Megas. So with that assumption, which is, yes, it's an assumption. We don't know yet till next month, but walk with me here. That's your starter Pokemon. I understand that the Kalos starters were like super, I guess, anticipated. I mean, I didn't know they were really anticipated. I mean, I can kind of see why looking back on it, but yeah, the Kalos starters, they're anticipated for Mega Evolution. You want to play through the game with them. I get it. I don't know if ranked is exclusively locked off until post game, actually. I don't know if you can maybe do ranked after, maybe like midway through the game, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Because you usually, for Pokemon games, you don't have to be at the end of the game to do ranked. So you might actually be able to use Mega Greninja in your playthrough, depending on when you play the game. Yeah, I'm not sure. My thought process with all this is, though, you have your starter Pokemon already for this game. I think giving you the Mega Starters for Kalos for your playthrough, it kind of takes away from like the new starters of this game. Like at that point, why do not just make the Kalos starters your starters for Legends EA? That's my first thought. Okay, I've got a lot of thoughts to unpack here. In my brain, I'm scatterbrained, so bear with me. Second thought is there are so many pre-existing Mega Evolutions. I think like there's like 40, 50 of them. I don't know if, I would assume all of them would be in the game. Obviously they'll be obtainable at different parts of the game, but there is a lot of options for pre-existing ones, not including the new Mega Evolutions that have been added, which, you know, excluding the Kalos starters, there's 6 of them. I guess 2 of them are for the DLC. There's 4 new ones that we know about. There's going to be more than 4, okay? There's going to be more than 4 new Mega Evolutions. They're not going to have revealed all of them. All I'm trying to say is you're already spoiled for choice. So I'm bad at wording myself. I hope I'm getting my point across. But yeah, point number 1, we're spoiled for choice when it comes to like Pokemon that can Mega Evolve. Personally, for me, Mega Greninja is one of my favorites. I actually am uploading a tier list that might already be up of like my favorite. Greninja is one of my favorites, and I don't know, I'm not that bothered. I mean, I think my 2 favorites are not even in the game actually at launch. It's whatever. There's plenty of other options. So yeah, first point is there's plenty of options. It's 3 Pokemon, and yes, they're the starters, but also we already have starters for Legends EA that aren't the Kalos starters, and I think it would take away from them a bit if it was like, yeah, you can also use these, you know? Second point, so I really enjoy the fact that they're trying to make the game more than just a single player adventure. I saw someone say to me on Twitter like, oh, but that's what Legends games are. It's like, there's been one Legends game that was a single player adventure. That is not enough to create a pattern and an expectation. they've decided Legends games aren't only to be set in the past and aren't only single player adventures. If there had been a few Legends games and they had all been single player adventures and suddenly they try to switch it up, I would understand being like, well, but Legends games are typically single player adventures. That's not the case. There's been one Legends game. So I like that they're trying to, I guess, keep the game alive more than just play through the story in a week and then wait until the DLC comes out. I like that by, I guess, kind of making people go on and play ranked to unlock these starters. It's like it's making people give, because it's like quite, you know, something really cool, like a mega starter Pokemon. If it was like a mega evolution, you've already like, oh, it's Mega Absol, you got to get Mega Absol by doing it. People would feel a lot less motivated to try the ranked out. Maybe they're like, you know, we really enjoy this sort of battle mode we came up with, this ranked, you know, battle gameplay we've come up with. We really want people to actually give it a fair shake. We want people to try it out. Maybe it's something we can, you know, expand on in the future. You know, we want people to play this, so let's, you know, put the Kalos starters so they have a reason to do it. So like, I like that they're kind of giving a reason to come back and play the game. Just like how Scarlet and Violet has the Dynamax or the Terra raids of like the Terra Charizard. Like, I stopped caring about them after a while, to be honest. But yeah, and they've already said that the Mega Stones are going to be redistributed in future seasons, so it's not just like you can only get it once and that's it. I think I think where I don't agree with it is I don't like that they are locked behind like Nintendo Switch Online. If you can do like an offline ranked mode where you can, you know, you still kind of level up in ranked and you're playing against AI bots or whatever, I think if that was a way you could get the Mega Stones as well, even if they were like time gated somehow. I don't know how you would time gate that. Well, to be fair, I didn't know this. I actually learned this today. Apparently, mystery gifts, you can still get mystery gifts in Pokemon even without Nintendo Switch Online. So they could totally, like, I'm sure they could totally do that, because you got to connect to the internet to like update your for Scarlet and Violet at least, you got to update your like wild spawns if there's like an event. You know, it's like, oh, shiny Porygon is more common in this, you know, cluster of Pokemon. You gotta connect to the internet. You don't need like Nintendo Online to get that, I don't think. So like, I don't know. I feel like there could be, that would be good if there was an offline way to do it. There's not said anything about that. I don't know if they've outright clarified if they are going to only make it exclusively ranked online or what. Regardless, that is the one part I'm not gonna try and sit here and defend. Like I already said on Twitter, like it is kind of lame that you have to pay for Nintendo Switch Online. But I don't agree, because people are doing this quick math of like, you gotta pay $70 for the game if you're playing the Switch 2 version, then $30 for the DLC, then $20 for the, you know, Nintendo Switch Online. It's like, well, I have a family plan, and if I split that family plan between 7 other people, including myself, that's 8, it's like $30 a month, or $30 a year, sorry, $30 a year for the family plan. Split that between 8 people, it's like $3 to $4 a year. I'm not saying like everybody can afford that and everybody should do that. Everybody's capable of doing that. But like, let's be a little bit more honest, you know, like it's not necessarily, you can get the price lower. You can do $4 a year for, if you know. I personally don't even bother the people that are on my family plan for money, because it's like, you know, obviously it all adds up, and I probably should be being like, hey, can I have my $4? But it feels weird to be like, but like, yeah, you know, like thing is, they don't even have to necessarily be like, they don't have to live with you. They don't have to actually be your family. Like on my family plan is me, Sky, and my second Nintendo Switch account, as well as my friend Clay, who lives in America. I don't even know what he looks like. I just know his name is Clay and he's my friend. And also my friend Jamie. Jamie's on it as well. Jamie Keane. He lives up in Scotland. I live down in England. Like, I do agree we probably shouldn't even have to pay for Nintendo Online or even online in general for gaming services. I think it's kind of bullshit that we have to pay to play online. It's standard, unfortunately, but Nintendo's is by far the cheapest, as far as I know. I don't know another online service that can let you pay $4 a year. Downside is I was the only one in my family plan that was able to pre-order a Switch 2, because it's the head of the account that gets to pre-order the Switch 2. I got given that opportunity, whereas everyone else didn't. But it's fine, because they've actually been doing a really good job of keeping the Switch 2 in stock. I thought it was going to be like a PlayStation situation, but no, they've been doing a good job. Anyways, I'm kind of getting off topic. Ultimately, I'm not, like I said, I'm not here to try and tell you guys how to feel. You can be upset about it. You can not like it at all. It's fine. You don't have to like it. I'm trying to share some other perspective. I'm not even necessarily trying to like say this is the correct thing for them to do. I just think it's better than just being handed to you or like finding it on the floor in the post game or whatever. Like, I think it's neat that they want people to keep playing the game. They want the game to live longer than, you know, the first month that the game comes out and people stop playing single player. They want people to try out their ranked mode clearly. Like, they've clearly put a lot of time into it. Now, if the ranked mode sucks, then we'll talk about that when that happens, you know? But if it's fun, then hey. I also want to remind people that these are just the Mega Stones for the Pokemon. These Pokemon are going to be usable in Pokemon Champions and maybe even in Generation 10. We don't know yet. I understand people are like, oh, it's Kalos and it's the Kalos starters and they Mega Evolve and I want to play through the game with them. But it's like, that's not the experience that they want. They don't want you to play through Kalos with the Mega, you know, the starters from Kalos, because if they did, they would have made them the starters probably. They have a different sort of idea in mind, you know? If you've listened to all of this and you decide that you're mad at me, you're like, oh, this guy's an idiot, then by all means. But like, I genuinely just wanted to share, like, hey, this is an alternative idea. This is like, people are just being quite harsh. They're being like, Game Freak are stupid. It's just like, no, they're not. They just want you to try out their ranked mode. And yeah, I understand the time gating kind of sucks, but like, I think most people, when it comes to ranks, they'll probably, if the starters weren't a motivator to go get their Mega Stones, people would try it like once or twice. It's just like, I'm not really good at this, I'm giving up. And then they just probably wouldn't play it again. But if you make people have to rank up, which is another point, by the way, when it comes to ranking up, I think it goes from like Z to A, so there's like 26 ranks or whatever. I don't imagine they're going to make you rank up much to get the starters Mega Stone. I don't imagine they would make you rank up much. It's Pokemon we're talking about. Like, they love giving out participation trophies. I mean, hell, for the shiny like Wu-Chien and all that, you don't even have to actually participate in the raids to get the shinies. I think they should have made it so you had to play the raids to be rewarded with the mystery gift, because that would actually motivate people to play the damn game. But no, everyone else is, oh, we don't have to play to get the shiny? Whatever, I'm not even going to bother doing the raids. And then it made the numbers tank, so people aren't raiding for it to unlock the shiny. We still got it, but, you know, I mean, I think they should have made people have to play personally, but hey, you know, I'm a little gatekeeper, right? Yeah, that's my hot take, I guess. I don't think it's terrible that they're I mean, maybe it's just because I'm not like, I mean, like I said, I like Mega Greninja a lot, but besides that, maybe it's just because I'm not like super duper attached to those Pokemon in general. Maybe I just have a little bit of a disconnect there, and it's fine. We can disagree. And I'm not even saying like this is the best and most optimal way that they should do this, and they should do this forever. They're clearly just trying something different here, and you know, if you really wanted to play through the game with your Kalos Mega Starter, that's a shame that you can't do that. The way I like to see it is though, is like you should hopefully be able to have all three of them by the time the DLC comes out. Maybe, I don't know. We don't know when everything is happening. I would hope that you've had the opportunity to get all three of them by the time the DLC comes out, and then you can maybe play through them to get the DLC with them, which I think would be like kind of hype. You know, you box your friggin' Feraligatr or whatever, now you're using Greninja for the DLC playthrough. That's kind of cool. I think in my head that's cool. Anyways, just wanted to get my thoughts out there because like this has been a big thing that people are upset about, and I'm not saying like you're like wrong to be upset, but yeah, I don't know. I also, sorry, I was trying to wrap up the video, but I also just remembered, you know, I was like, you know, it'll take away from the main starters, and like someone was just like, well, they just have Sycamore give them to you at the post game or something, and it's just like, well, they just didn't want to do that. I don't know what to say. Like, they designed the game, they were like, this is how we want you to experience this game. You don't have to like it, but I see what they're going for, and I'm cool with it personally. I'm genuinely not, I'm like indifferent. I'm so indifferent. I don't care like one way or another. I want to say like the biggest thing is when they announced like the ranked mode or whatever, I was like, please give me a reason to play this. And they did. They gave me a reason to play it, so that's hype. I hope there's like more. I hope I don't just have to rank up like 5 times and like the big prizes of the Megastone. I hope there's like more for going all the way to the first rank. That'd be cool. But yeah, that's my thoughts overall. Bit of a long video probably. I didn't expect it to be that long, honestly, but yeah, that's about it.